Hello and welcome to another episode of the Actors Toolbox podcast. I want to talk today about the essence of characters and where do these characters come alive from. So let's go back into our childhood and look at the various characters that we meet when we're 3 years old, when we're 5 years old, when we're 9, when we're 12. Who are these people? There could be some characters who are very significant and who will never leave you, like your mother and father and your pesty sibling. Or there could be characters who come and go from your life. Teachers, your parents' friends, people you'll meet in the market, people you'll meet on a holiday, people who will visit you as other characters, as doctors, as lawyers, as plumbers, electricians. I mean, there are, if you just name the characters, and there will always be one from every walk of life. I mean, that is how mundane and yet so exciting people are. And who are these characters? People from different walks of life, people from different backgrounds, people from different social stratas, people from different educational backgrounds, people from different economic zones. All our house help as we've grown up with. You know, people in the streets, people in our colonies, our neighbors. You know, the neighbors that we talk about while growing up. Oh, सामने वाली एक मोटी आंटी थी, वहाँ पे कोने में एक बूढ़ा आदमी रहता था, हमारे दुकान का चाचा जी. You know, I mean, these are the people who make life interesting, even if they're not connected to you, even if they don't have a direct bearing on your life. And that is what cinema brings out. When you see a story of some unrelated character, somebody you don't know, somebody you have absolutely no relation with, but they're still able to connect to humanity and bring out, the understanding of feelings and emotions through a graph of storytelling, you know you're connecting. You know you're connecting with something that is alive. You know what you're seeing is true. So when you're in the process of looking at a character, try and recall the various people you've met in your own life. From the police cops, to the traffic people, to the house help you grew up with, to your grandparents and their friends, to your parents and their friends, to your brothers and sisters, your siblings and their friends, your cousins. Your cousins become some of the first friends you make in your life. Try and recall all those wonderful characters, and when you're working on a character that is unrelated to you, where you can't seem to find similarities with, recall somebody from your own life. That is what characterization is. If you're playing a cop, try and remember an actual cop from your own life. Try and remember his face. Try and remember his mannerisms. Try and remember the way he spoke. Try and remember how he took those long breaths or those short breaths. Try and understand his urgency in his body language or his relaxation in his body language. Recall. That is what an actor does 24/7. If you can't recall, then research. Go, read. Don't watch YouTube videos. Don't go back into cinema and watch somebody who played a cop like Amitabh Bachchan or Vinod Khanna ji or anybody from our past, because that would imprint their visuals on you. The idea is to be original and authentic. So read instead of watching, because when you read, you're able to conjure up visuals that come from your visualization. If I'm reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and you're reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or any other story like Cinderella or Red Riding Hood, then these are stories we all grew up with. You'll have a different visualization for it. I will have a different visualization for it. When I'm reading, there was a cottage in the forest. The cottage that I will see will be very different from the cottage you will see. The bad werewolf that I see from Red Riding Hood will be very different from the bad werewolf you will see. Because where does that come from? It's coming from what we have seen, our individual experiences. So those individual experiences become authentic to your characterization. So guys, recall, exercise, visualize, and then imprint onto your characters and see how real you become. It's a thought process. You have to just switch it on and it just translates, and you don't even have to work on it. It just happens on its own. It just gets rolled out for you like a process. And if you understand that, then you've achieved acting. You've achieved how to be real in other people's roles.